at what point do we have to start being critical of Kendrick for not doing interviews with who we deem as voices of the culture? Now, people have been critical of every other rapper who does what Kendrick does, duck off, remain mysterious, and only pop out for them other folks when it's time to talk. Even though we championing him, he the voice of the culture, but when we look around, we ain't seeing him talk to the culture. Yeah, he pop up, do the pop-ups in Compton. Yes, he does go to the schools. Yes, he does still kick it with his day ones. But when it's time for him to sit down on a platform, we have not seen it. Even niggas that's quote-unquote TDE ain't got platforms. We ain't seen Kendrick go to the Apollo. That's crazy.
I think
VwP is TDE DJ. Keem was a Schoolboy Q role manager. They all know him personally. You see VwP do throwback pics of Kendrick before Kendrick was Kendrick. And he ain't even came, nothing.
I just look at it. I look at it in a few ways. But I'm gonna just look at it like this. He said it multiple times. He's not our savior. He's not. We can hold him. I don't have to hold him accountable for moving the way he wants to move. But at the same time, yes, I will understand if he went on there with Mac and them and just decided to do that, maybe. But if I don't align with your content, I'm not going on there just to go on there, especially when y'all niggas got my number in real life. Not saying that that's an excuse, but I just feel like now people are at a point where he ain't popping out unless he got a bag. And I think in them white people's getting him that bag that our people are not either able to or willing to give him.
I agree, but then we say we need to be for the culture. So if you know our people don't got the bags, but you already got the bag, you up. Us giving you the bag ain't making or breaking you. But you getting on the platforms will make or break the platform, especially if you one of us. In my opinion, if you the king and you in that position, it should damn near be your duty to just pick one and do that. Still get your bag. I'm not saying don't get your bag. Go to the whoever giving you the bag, the Vogues, the GQs, all that. That's high level. But at the same time,
touch your folks.
Drake does talk to a lot of nobodies. Drewski said he wouldn't even have made it to where he was damn near if it wasn't for Drake reaching out before Drewski was Drewski and saying, you the funniest nigga on the internet.
So who has Drake went and sat down with from our culture?
He put on damn near shit.
No,
he put
I'm
on
asking who has he sat down and talked with from our culture?
As far as interview wise, I mean, outside of the big boys and shit like that, I think Drake come up was before this little podcast boom. But as of right now, nobody. But as far as rappers, he's put on unlimited. Damn near everybody.
We can't move the goal. We can't move the goalposts if we talking about him interviewing and Drake has not done no interviews with nobody from our culture. If these niggas are supposed to be the kings, he has not done the same, so he needs to be held accountable the same way, regardless if he put people on. At the end of the day, Kendrick has put people on. He might has not been as generous as Drake, or we don't know about it as much as Drake, but regardless, it's like it's gonna be never ending for certain people.
This
it's like,
the asterisk though. My bad. Go ahead. I'm gonna finish.
For certain people, we hold them accountable, and it's a never ending cycle. Like it'll never be enough for niggas, no matter what. Even with that, regardless how people they turned him putting niggas from LA, from wherever other cities on his album, which he didn't have to do for no matter what amount and whatever else, they found a positive thing and turned it into a negative, like immediately because of what somebody else did. And we say comparison is a thief of all joy. Yeah, so instead of looking at that in the light, like he still looked out, he put them niggas on the album. Some people would have just been happy with the feature. Let alone we got to talk about points and money. But I get what you saying too. Yeah, some niggas need to sit down, but that's just not.
Let me give some pushback. One, y'all say Drake is not like us. He from Canada. He the Canada guy. That's y'all number one thing to say. So in my opinion, if he don't sit down with us, it don't matter anyway. Kendrick is from us, for us, by us. So in my opinion, it's more onus on him to do it than Drake. Drake doing it, cool, but let's not act like Drake don't be pulling up on game, looking out for game. Don't act like he didn't put Kendrick on himself on his tour when nobody else wanted to. Drake like, hey, I fuck with you, let's go. When nobody else really wanted to.
I don't know.
We keep forgetting. We keep forgetting that part.
I'm not saying nobody else wanted to. I just got a question. Was his before or after going on tour with Game and Nipsey and them?
I don't know, but all I'm saying is Kendrick wasn't known like that, and Drake still was Drake.
I'm gonna say this though,
let's
just
rock
like
out.
how Chad Boswick uncle saw the light in you. Drake was popular than Kendrick at the time, so he probably saw the light, and Kendrick was like, "Hey, let me attach myself to this one because I see something in him. He's gonna blow up."
That's been his recipe from day
That's what
one.
it's been.
Or
recipe.
maybe I just genuinely fuck with what I see and I want to see you blow
Drake
up.
don't do that. He has no loyalty. He fucked Lil Wayne, baby mom. Like, let's not make it seem like Drake is this high, superior moral ass nigga, because he's not, bro. This the same nigga who kissed the underage girl on stage. This the same nigga who's light skinned and dresses up in blackface. Listen, I'm about to get back on my K-Dot shit. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Just because you got a mouth don't mean you gotta speak. Kendrick is moving like a king. Nigga, a lion don't always roar at a meerkat that's standing on top of the fucking hill. Nigga speak with purpose. So if he don't want to pop out and talk to every fucking podcast or anybody on the West Coast, that's that nigga's prerogative. Because guess what? He has earned the title to be king. When you the champ, you make the rules. So if hold on, if you knocked out the champ, you get to dictate who you want to fight. There is no mandatories when I just won the belt. So if I want to pick my phase or if I want to take a vacation for a minute, let me enjoy this because I'm the king. Because if anybody really want to battle Kendrick right now, who's gonna beat him?
So he don't got to talk to nobody.
He's the champion right now. Until Drake,
Yes, he's the champ.
Drake make another bop to get Kendrick outside, so he can dish you again, and you go back and go back and hide.
But does he have to speak to the culture?
Let's look at it like this.
He did the Vogue. He did all of the high profile shit. He's already, I would say, on the tail end of his career. So at what point does he come down off of that mountain to acknowledge the culture for real?
But who's to say, like, you say this all the time that rappers shouldn't be doing podcasting and rapping. So it's to the point where he still remembers who he is. He's a rapper. I'm not obligated because everybody else jumping into space. I don't have to get in that space.
For sure.
Most of these niggas that's rappers that's in these podcast spaces because they have to. Their career is not sustainable.
I'm not saying him to be a podcaster.
I know. You're saying even.
I'm saying you from the West Coast.
You're saying
you
even
from
coming
Compton.
on.
It's niggas from Compton that know you personally that have a podcast. Why haven't you been on there? Yeah, you may not align with their content. I wouldn't even be mad if you said that. I wouldn't even be mad if you really felt that way. Because me personally, I feel that's the way he feels. Like, I don't align with that shit. Them the homies, I'm not doing that shit.
Why we not giving homie Kendrick the same grace like we do Jay-Z? Jay-Z was in a hiatus for a long time, and we still be like, hey, man, he's the best rapper. It's like, he pop out when he pop out, and he's like, hey, bro, Jay can do it.
Jay getting crucified right now for every single thing that he's doing.
Yeah, right now.
Right now. I'm talking about prior to.
Through the years, he's been.
Okay, through the years, he was going to the Hot 97s. He was doing the freestyles at the Hot 97s. He was talking to the Angie Martinez, who was the voice of the culture back then. He was talking to who we were deeming the voices. Y'all forgot he was taking state propping them niggas up there to diss niggas. He was doing what the rapper niggas do.
And so was Kendrick doing it with TDE. He was doing songs with J-Rock. He was doing something with
Not songs, media.
He was doing features and stuff like that with other people that he normally don't align himself with. He was doing pop songs. Kendrick has been crossing over board. He did a song with Rihanna.
I'm just saying, Nip never reached the pinnacle of where Kendrick was while he was alive.
No, he didn't.
Or even dead. But what I'm saying is, we seen Nip time after time after time deal with people that we would deem, why you even dealing with him? Or you too big to deal with him. Let me say that. Nip would be in a fucking store and find a kid that do some Silicon Valley type work and tell us about him, and then that kid go on to do great things. He didn't have to do that.
But Nip also used those people too for his advantage.
Right, but if you can't be used, you're useless. What I'm saying is he didn't have to vocalize what he was using them for. He wanted to see them blow. He was still going to go do Spider-Loc, Black Box, when everybody said Spider-Loc was washed up and nobody ever podcasted before podcasting was cool. Nip went and did the Black Box. Nip was going to go do certain shit with certain up-and-coming niggas.
But can't two different kings or presidents move differently? That's why I'm saying people just choose to move how they want to move. I'm going to say this, Nip was more of a man of the people than Kendrick is. Nip was one of really outside selling his CDs when CDs were a thing. He was outside really gang banging. Kendrick was never known as a gang banger. He was more of an affiliate. You know
Not even that, but Nip just looked at things differently. He wanted black people to do better as a whole.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Kendrick.
He went to Africa
I'm not saying Kendrick don't, but he still how long ago he was just in the Nickerson Gardens when they was doing all that?
That was last
Well,
last
whenever
year.
it was, but it's
Last
a lot of
Christmas.
things.
They
he
do that
still-
every year.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
regardless,
that was last Christmas.
he still does things to affect the ways he
get
probably
back.
see
I'm
fit.
not saying he don't. So let me speak for me.
Or just tell Kendrick,
My-
ask
my-
Kendrick.
my
Kendrick,
opinion-
he want to know when you gonna come sit down with the viral one.
I would love to.
Listen, Kendrick, I want to see you talk to somebody that's from where we from, who's gonna ask the questions that we want to know. Not you way up there, Super Bowl status. They asking different questions than the questions we want to know. The interactions amongst us is different than up there.
Of course.
So that's what I want to see, period.
Is Drake gonna answer them same uncomfortable questions?
No,
Drake, I want to see you pull up to the trenches
Okay.
and talk to who we deem as the real culture. It's easy to go lay in the bed with a blonde bitch with 38 double D's. Anybody can do that. No, come down here where we can. Yeah, so yeah, how you was feeling when Kendrick dropped that Not Like Us? You really feel you won? What made you wait 2 years to come back and diss him? Why did you diss him across the whole Iceman? That's what we want. We want those answers.
and what if they don't care what we want?
I don't give a fuck who care
Yeah,
about
no,
nothing.
I'm saying that's how they could be thinking.
Yeah,
like
they
to
can.
the point where it's like this is why they ain't doing it.
I agree. That's probably is, but I'm still voicing my opinion, just like they gonna voice their opinion. They could not care, but hey, it is what it is.